Hello and welcome to Tabletop 24, and thank you for joining us for another unboxing. Today we have Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition from Stronghold Games. Now, just to point out, and as you'll see straight away on the front, this is the Collector's Edition. So, from my understanding, there are three different types of edition. There's this Collector's Edition, which is a slightly better version than the standard retail, which I think is mainly in North American release for Target. And with that, you will be getting the dual layer player boards in this box, which is fantastic. One of the things that I'll be looking for. There is obviously the Kickstarter edition, and like I say, there's that retail edition. So I've been waiting to get hold of this for a little while. Obviously, it was a bit late coming to retail. I didn't back the Kickstarter mainly because of the shipping costs. The shipping costs for this were quite high at the time, and it's just something that I was going to wait for retail to come around. I did pick this up for a reasonable price. Happy to have it. And I have picked this up instead of the big box for Terraforming Mars the same. Now, Ares Expedition is a standalone game from the main Terraforming Mars. It is, like some people will say, a Terraforming Mars light, but you do get a lot of the same experience for it. So I'm hoping that we're going to see something similar here. I do like Terraforming Mars. It is one of my more favoured games. I don't own it though, so having this in the collection is something I've been looking forward to. So straight up, we have the rulebook, which is a nice linen rulebook with a nice section for solo rules and all your standard bits and pieces as you go through. And one of the things I do like in this edition, and I do recognise that people are going to have played the main Terraforming Mars game, is a quick start guide, which references the similarities and differences, and a quick setup guide just to get you straight into the game. So I think that's quite nice and handy, and probably going to be the main reference material for this as we go through. Next up is those dual layer boards. As I say, these are specific to the collector's edition. You can see there they've got a bit of and they've got the dual layer. I think it is the Target release for North America is just plain cardboard, and yeah, I think the same issues that we have with the base game of Terraforming Mars, bump, knock, anything, they go everywhere. So dual layer boards is something I didn't think I wanted to compromise on. Next up, we have the main Mars board. Then we have some punch board. So we've got the different types of action tokens and the forests and oceans that we'll be using in the game. Then we've got translucent cubes for players. I think we get all of these out, but we will get one of them out just to show you. And if you've played Terraforming Mars, these aren't going to be too different for you. They're just translucent cubes. That's quite nice. Right. Then we have got, which is slightly different to the normal Terraforming Mars, the the resource cubes. And these represent different denominations of the types of resources you can pick in the game, and you'll be using them to denote what you've got. And they're quite nice, but they're metallic-esque, so more of a pearlescent plastic, whereas the tubes in normal Terraforming Mars are metallic. We'll see how much we like this game. Maybe we will upgrade to full metal cubes. They are a reasonable price, and probably just as much as the actual game itself. So we'll have to see on there. Then we have got player aids. Open. So we've got some dividers for our cards, which is quite nice. And like I said, we've got those player aids for the planning step. Now this obviously does play up to 4. If you haven't seen it recently, I do suggest checking out the Kickstarter for the new expansions. I think they play up to 6 now, which have just gone to Kickstarter and with successful 3 new expansions all in one. Then we've got some resource trays. So these are again, I think these are exclusive to the collector's edition. So these are going to be useful for storing some of our bits and pieces. Some nice baggies. Some foam inserts for our cards, and then the bulk of any Terraforming Mars game is going to be the cards that we've got. So let's get straight on in there. Okay, so straight off, let's split these out. So we have got some nice backs, different type of artwork you'd be expecting. So you've got your corporations. So some of these names will be familiar. Helion is one that I've had quite success with in the normal Terraforming Mars game. So got that in there. Then we've got the status cards or round cards. Don't know what the terminology is. One set for each player. Now you'll be playing these in secret and then revealing them, and you are only doing those actions. So rather than having a full round of everything, you're essentially doing a top action and potentially a bottom action as well as the round goes, and you're benefiting from everybody's actions in the game. So slightly different way of playing, but we shall see there. And then it is on to the body of any Terraforming Mars game, which is going to be these projects. So we're just going to quickly scan through some of these. There's a lot to go through in them because there are multiple boxes. Now, one of the things I do like about Terraforming Mars is on your average playthrough, you are not going to see every single card. So let's see if with this game, it's going to be the same. I hope not. And that's one of the things I do like about Terraforming Mars. It always seems like there's just enough in the base game to keep you going, although there are some nice expansions out there for it. So let's pick up. So very similar to the original Terraforming Mars, if you have seen it. You've got the tags and the cost and the benefits that you're going to be getting. One of the things pointed out to me on this is some of the artwork in the normal Terraforming Mars looks like it's come from different places. This generally looks like it's fairly uniform, fairly same art style throughout. And I think I'd go as far as agreeing with that. So where we have lots of different variety of projects. I'm just trying to think, as I'm scanning through, I don't know whether, I think it may all be unique artwork. So there's quite a lot of cards in the box. So to have unique art on every single one of them is something quite special. I know, I think something quite special. A lot more games are using unique artwork as a selling point, so it's becoming a bit more common. So it's just, and for people that have played Terraforming Mars, these are going to be fairly standard sort of layouts and formats. I suppose the risk here is that you're going to try playing the same game and it's not quite the same game. So maybe what worked for you in the normal Terraforming Mars might not work for you in Ares Expedition. So it will be interesting to see what we've got there. So that is all of the project cards. As you can see, they do amount up to quite a number. In there. Hey, I'm in there. So thank you for joining us for this unboxing of Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. If you haven't done so already, please check out our other videos on the channel. Give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.